During the colonialism, China was called Tangshan and Japan is the mainland. Under that, it's Taiwan. The colonialism had been separated into three periods. First is the special ruling period, in the middle is the simulation period, and the last is the Common period. By education and law enforcement, tries to change Taiwanese into Japanese. In each period, Japan ruled it in different ways. It's been debated that it's good or bad for Taiwan. In 1895, Japan took over Taiwan according to the Treaty of Shimonoseki. While they didn't know how to deal with this land, a group of Japanese wants to make Taiwan a part of Japan, which they proposed simulations, and the others wants to make Taiwan an overseas colony. During the 25 years of special ruling, Taiwan was modernized along with Japan's westernization policy, but still, the government treated Taiwan as a colony. Law 63. It's a chief code given by the Japan government to the Taiwan governor. An order by the general made law rights in the way. This made the government a local tyrant, even though it was replaced after, but it only changed the tyrant into a mini tyrant. The peasants' movement. In 1895, when Japan just took over Taiwan, the first move is to broach the policy of industrialized Japan and agriculture Taiwan. That time, there's law that said the price of sucrose should be managed by the sugar factories. Frequently, the factories would unreasonably lower the total price or drop the price which they are willing to give the farmers. In 1919, Woodrow Wilson's idea of national self-determination, that means all nations should have the rights to defend themselves, had gave a punch to the colonies. After that, the Prime Minister of Japan at that time changed the governor of Taiwan from a military person to an office guy. In 1925, farmers gathered together and formed an organization which against the local sugar factories. While the harvest season came, the sucrose farmer decided to refuse harvest before association announced the price. Although the farmer had stated their requirement clearly, but the factories ahead to rape the sugar count failed. Besides, the association brought the cops along to force the farmers to do so for reaching the factories' demand. This action pissed off the farmers. Therefore, they pick up their hoes and fight directly to the police, which leads to the first resistance movement. After the first shots, in 1927, over 20,000 Taiwanese farmers gathered together and fight for their own rights. From their early events, this lets Taiwanese farmers realize that it's important to protect your own rights. By gathering different fields of people, they resist from associations and absolute force. 1921. Law 3. Law 3 replaced Colonial Law 31. Law 3 states that law in mainland Japan should be equal applied to Taiwan, meaning Japanese and Taiwanese are equal. In the Japanese periods, doctors, teachers, and lawyers are the most respectful careers, and especially doctors. In 1922, under the assimilations policy, government launched the new Taiwan Education Ordinance, promotes equality among Taiwanese and Japanese students, so more and more Taiwanese can go to junior high school and universities. 1937, because of the July 7 incidents, Taiwan has entanglements between the war of China and Japan. For fighting against China, Japan was trying to change Taiwanese into Japanese, which is the Common period. For a necessary change, Japan has introduced a 10-year developing plan, which uses education at the first place. First, Japan builds up schools and teach citizens Japanese. Later on, the government wished people to change their names into Japanese names, and if they do so, they will have a certificate. With the certificate, you were able to get in schools and public institutions also food while the war comes. And after this video, we wish you have more basic understandings about the colonialisms and the Taiwan history. Further information will be stated in the website.